Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well on this Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday. It is Holy Week, the week before Easter, and today I am preparing for our Maundy Thursday service this evening at 7 o'clock. And I wanted to pop in, stop in, and talk about Maundy Thursday. First of all, it's not Monday, Thursday. It is Maundy, Maundy. In this very moment, I cannot remember what that word comes from other than it means commandment. And it reminds us of the commandment that Jesus gives to love others and love others as he has loved us, that he gives the disciples that commandment at the end of his time with them on Thursday. And in the Gospel of John, Maundy Thursday really focuses on the Gospel of John's telling of that Thursday. And the Gospel of John is different than the other Gospels. So there's 4 Gospels. The Gospels are the birth, life, death, resurrection, ascension, the whole story of Jesus, right? That's what the Gospels are. And we have 4 different kind of, I guess you would say, versions, 4 different tellings of Jesus's life. We have Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. So Matthew, Mark, Luke are what are called the synoptic gospels. They are very similar. They have a lot of the same stories. They have a lot, they are told and shared with different audiences, and they have different intentions, but it is a lot of the same stories. The Gospel of John, they use a lot of the same kind of references and documents to kind of tell their story and get their story from. The Gospel of John is different. The Gospel of John has some of the same stories and also many different ones. One of the major differences that is very important or it just interesting at this time of year and today is that in the Gospel of John, Jesus does not institute the Lord's Supper. Jesus does not have that meal with his disciples, or the Gospel of John doesn't tell about Jesus having the meal with the disciples and saying, "This is my body, this is my blood." He does not have that meal with them. What he does instead is at that Passover meal, he institutes or he does this washing of the disciples' feet, and he talks to them about serving them and how the master is no greater than the servant is no greater than the master, that they are together and that he is giving them this commandment than to go and love people as he has loved them. And there's a lot more to the story, but he does that, he washes the disciples' feet instead of doing the Lord's Supper. So tonight at our Maundy Thursday service, we are going to meditate and kind of read through that scripture in the Gospel of John in chapter 13, talking about Jesus washing the disciples' feet. We're not going to wash each other's feet during the service. There will be a time of hand washing. There will be different times of like contemplation and calling you to go and to serve. I think it's going to be a really cool service, but we will not celebrate Holy Communion. And I chose to do that this year because I wanted to really focus on the story in the Gospel of John and think about that story and how it is similar to what Jesus does in instituting the Lord's Supper and how it is different, and to really kind of just lean into that one scripture, because we celebrate Holy Communion every Sunday during the first service, all throughout the year, and every single first Sunday of the month in the second service. And so that's something that we do and we know, and it's important and it's good. Also, there's this other story that has a lot to teach us, and it still has those moments and those tones of relationship with God, of connection with God, of remembering that Christ came to serve, that Jesus came to serve, and that we are called then to go out to serve. And there's a lot of the same connection points between those two stories, but I wanted to just look at the Gospel of John itself. And then tomorrow night we go into, with Good Friday, and we're gonna also look at the Gospel of John and that telling of Jesus's arrest and Peter's betrayals and denials, and then the crucifixion. And so we're gonna just kind of live in the Gospel of John for the next couple of days as we make our way to the tomb, the empty tomb on Easter. And so I encourage you to join us either in person or online for these Maundy Thursday and Good Friday services. They really are, they're important parts of the story because they remind us of all of why Easter is so important, and the power of God in Easter. And it's one of those things you gotta have the difficult times and the struggles, and they make those beautiful and joyful times even more joyous. So that is kind of a little deep dive into Maundy Thursday. I'm sure there's all kinds of information. If you Google Maundy Thursday, Maundy, Maundy Thursday, and Chuck Knows Church, I know there's a little kind of goofy video from the United Methodist Church on Maundy Thursday, and you can find out more information with that, or you can just come talk to me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Holy Week and you're able to kind of dwell and rest in all that is the message and the love of Jesus. And so I will see you all soon. Bye.